He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. If you like what you do, it will never feel like work. Health so far outweighs all other blessings of life that a truly healthy beggar is happier than a sick king. Being kind to yourself is the best medicine. The only thing constant in this world is change. Letting go is much easier than you think. Holding on is much tougher than you think. Making others look bad doesn't make you look better. The busier we are, the more acutely we feel that we live, the more conscious we are of life. Happiness is nothing more than good health and a bad memory. Give a person everything that he desires, and at the same moment, he will feel that this is not everything. We are not rich by what we possess, but by what we can do without. Prayers do not change the world, but prayers change people, and people change the world. Rules for happiness: something to do, someone to love, something to hope for. If you love something so much, let it go. If it comes back, it was meant to be. If it doesn't, it never was. The person behind you isn't going to pay your speeding ticket. No excuses, because excuses don't solve your problems. Every time you are rejected from something good, you are redirected to something better. When writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. Know your worth. Never put yourself in the bargain bin, or that's where others will value you. The magic you are looking for is in the work you're avoiding. Sometimes, when you're in a dark place, you think you've been buried, but actually, you've been planted. Buy high-quality tools, so you only have to buy them once. There is absolutely no reason to lay your hands on a person out of anger. Do what is right, not what is easy. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. You never realize when the most cherished moments of your life are happening. Try to enjoy every day. Real growth is when you start checking and correcting yourself. Instead of blaming others, you take your power back by being responsible for your life. Do not chase people who are walking out of your life. If you love something, let it free. If it comes back, then it's yours and meant to be. And if not, then move on. Prepare for each moment to be a learning moment. I don't care what you do with your life. Just be a good person. Eventually, all things fall into place. Until then, laugh at the confusion, live for the moments, and know everything happens for a reason. If we suspect that a man is lying, we should pretend to believe him, for then he becomes bold and assured, lies more vigorously, and is unmasked. He who cannot obey himself will be commanded. That is the nature of living creatures. To become what one is, one must not have the faintest notion what one is. In the hopes of reaching the moon, men fail to see the flowers that blossom at their feet. You cannot convince people to love you. No one will ever give you love because you want him or her to give it. Real love moves freely in both directions. Don't waste your time on anything else. Life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. If you punish a child for what is bad and reward for what is good, then he will do good for the sake of profit. The clever are not so much looking for loneliness as they avoid the fuss created by fools. The greatest of follies is to sacrifice health for any other kind of happiness. No one can construct for you the bridge upon which precisely you must cross the stream of life. No one, but yourself alone. To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. Willpower is to the mind like a strong blind man who carries on his shoulders a lame man who can see. The first 40 years of life gives us the text. The next 30 supply the commentary on it. Once you realize your value, you will be greatly surprised at what you used to settle for. Before you talk, listen. Before you react, think. Before you spend, earn. Before you quit, try. The most spiritual people experience by far the most painful tragedies. But this is precisely why they honor life, because it provides them with their greatest adversities. At 20, everyone has the face that God gave them. At 40, the face that life gave them. And at 60, the face they earned. The lack of young men is that they think they are more happy or unhappy than they really are. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. It is not thoughts that need to be taught, but thinking. Whoever attaches a lot of value to the opinions of others pays them too much honor. An evil person cannot be happy, for being alone with himself, he remains alone with the villain. The result of the voyage does not depend on the speed of the ship, but on whether or not it keeps a true course. Hope in reality is the worst of all evils, because it prolongs the torments of man. The future comes slowly. The present flies. and the past stands still forever. Always listen to your gut. Somehow it knows many things that you wouldn't expect. Rule your life with your mind, not with your feelings. Every bad decision we have made in life, there was more emotion in it than there was mind. Every single one. You should be careful not to form a very favorable opinion about a person at first acquaintance. Otherwise, in most cases, you will have to be disappointed. Many people know they are unhappy, but even more people don't know they are happy. If you own something you cannot give away, then you don't own it. It owns you. From the point of view of youth, life is an endless future. From the point of view of old age, it is a very short past. Don't tell your friend what your enemy shouldn't know. If they gossip about you, it means that you are enough not only for yourself, but also for others. He who is cruel to animals becomes hard also in his dealings with men. We can judge the heart of a man by his treatment of animals. The secret of reaping the greatest fruitfulness and the greatest enjoyment from life is to live dangerously. A high degree of intellect tends to make a man unsocial. An intelligent person always hides three things about himself: his weaknesses, his sources of wisdom, and his true aspirations. A man can be himself only so long as he is alone, and if he does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free. The reading of all good books is like a conversation with the finest minds of past centuries. The advantage of a bad memory is that one enjoys several times the same good things for the first time. It is in the treatment of trifles that a person shows what they are.